Hello. Welcome. It's me. It is I. Um, on my walk, and I honestly don't have too crazy of a topic today. Nothing sad or insanely mind-blowing, but I'm actually gonna try to start doing some more casual stuff because I've found like I start overthinking stuff when I really feel like I need a topic. And I don't know, I feel like the whole point of this channel is just to be able to post stuff and not really care because there's not really an audience, and I just want to say things and get them out of my system or stuff like that. But yeah, I'm on my walk. It's a good day. It's cooling down finally. Yeah, I have a few things on my mind. I feel like I keep running into the same obstacle of like realizing like I've done something wrong, or like I'm doing something wrong, or like I'm just not doing something perfect, I guess. And my perfectionism is spiking like crazy when I realize like, oh, like I should have done this better. I should have done this. I should have done this. But I don't know. I feel like this whole year almost has been like just defined by moments where I'm like doing well, doing pretty well. Like I'm on like a average, and then like something comes along and I have to face it head on and face it like very seriously, and I have to really encounter the problem. And honestly, like a lot of those have been documented through this channel. Me just saying like, oh, this is what's going on, and it's like I'm just kind of thinking through it, and it's like a kind of a mental loop that I have to go through over and over and over again. But I feel like this year has just been like, it's like doing well, and then it's like, holy crap, and then I drop down here. But then I go up gradually, and I get to a higher level than I was. I feel like I've just become more confident in who I am and what I'm doing and why I'm doing things than I ever have before, which is amazing. I mean, like I'm definitely the most confident I've been in my life. I'm definitely like the healthiest, that's for sure. Strongest, maybe. I would say strongest, probably. And I mean, I definitely don't think I'm like the most keen on my mental health right now, like as opposed to other times, maybe times that I've been in therapy or like, stuff like that. But I mean, I am doing stuff to work on my mental health. I'm very tired. Just felt like a long day. But something I've realized, my like mindset that I've had has been this thing that's like I've adopted over years of self-hatred and self-destruction and self-defiance of like, oh, I'm the problem for all of these things. I am the problem. I am the one. I'm the reason anything goes wrong. I blame myself for everything. I can't accept that like I can be neutral. I will just blame myself and hate myself for it continuously. And something that I've done this year, so this is actually kind of going to be probably not a popular opinion, I'm not sure. But something I've done this year is I haven't been like reliant on anyone for the first time in like my life. Like I'm like financially independent. I'm emotionally independent, not in a relationship. I, like make all the choices for myself that I've always done. Like, but I'm also like, I'm like seeing the needs in my life and approaching them and being like, okay, yes, I'm the problem here. Like I've made these problems, and like I'm going to fix it. I am also the solution, is kind of this mindset that I've had, which I think mainstream wise, like that's probably good. Like people, general public would be like, yeah, that's what you should do. Like you should find the strength within yourself. And I've found hella strength within myself. I mean, like, I was thinking about my self-discipline and my motivation today, and like what I do to better myself and what I've been doing, and like it's like crazy what I've stuck myself to, and like made myself the solution of. I mean, like I feel like I just really approached all of my problems this year, all but maybe the mentally one, because I don't think I should be working on that alone. I feel like I'm not saving it, but I'm kind of like slowly working on it until I can get back to a therapist. But like all my other problems, like money and like health problems, like the way my body is, how I'm like using it, like how I'm eating it, how I'm feeling it, not eating it, feeding it. I feel like I've approached all of those problems, and even stuff like existential questions. I mean, this channel knows damn well about my existential thoughts throughout like this year. I'll just like start thinking about something and then I work through it, for weeks at a time, because I am the solution. Again, that's this mindset that I've been like finding the power within myself to work through this. And although I'm not going to say that's inherently bad, because I think mainstream media does have a point of, like we are much stronger people than we think we are. And it's not until we like face things head on that we can like be resilient of them. But in that same place, like I am a Christian, and I know like my spiritual health has not been too well this year, and I think it's because I've been so self-reliant, and I see myself as a problem, which whether or not like every single problem is me, like there is the problem of sin and stuff, like I just kind of attribute all of that to myself. And I don't think it's healthy I don't think it's a Christian mindset to hate yourself. I don't think God wants us to do that. But I also don't think he wants us to like rely on ourselves to get everything done and like fix everything ourselves, because like he literally like tells us like to give it all to him, and that we must not make idols of anything. And I feel like self-betterment has become an idol of mine, and I like don't want that, and I want to like work on that. My foot just started hurting really bad, I'm not gonna lie. like, I'm never going for perfection when I'm like working on myself. Like, I'm always going for like doing the best I can, but I also have like I have high bar of what I think I'm able to achieve. So I'll like push myself pretty hard. I mean, like, I have been pushing myself hard all year, sticking really strict to, you know, whether it's like my 10,000 steps a day. Like recently, I've been hitting 15,000 steps a day, like minimum. I've been doing 20,000 steps a day some days. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's a lot. That's hours upon hours of my day that's spent doing something, and I do it every day. Same thing with working out. I've been working out consistently like 4 to 6 days a week, and I'm sticking to that, and I'm lifting heavy. And then a newer thing within the last few weeks, it's like, oh, like I'm gonna prioritize protein because I want to build my muscle. And it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna get 185 grams of protein, and then I do that. I like actually do that every day. Like, I don't miss a day. Stuff like that. I feel like I've kind of decided, it's like, oh, like, what's the next thing, you know? Like, what's the next thing that I work on to better myself? And I feel like today I was listening to a podcast at the beginning of my walk, and it was about motivation, like in a very broad sense. And it was saying, like, if you have this problem, do this. If you have this problem, do this. But I've kind of realized, like, okay, I was like thinking up through my day while listening to this podcast, and I was like, what am I unsatisfactory with? And really the only thing that I was unsatisfied with is I got no work done. I was unmotivated to get my freelance editing work done today. I literally did like 5 minutes of work, and it's supposed to be like on my freelance days of the week, I'm kind of doing stuff like all day if I can. Like, that's the goal. But I didn't do even remotely close to that today. I did like 5 minutes. But, you know, I did all my other things. I woke up early. Goal number 1, achieved. Woke up early. Number 2, drank my 24 ounces of water with salt and creatine in it for, you know, electrolytes in my muscles and stuff. 3, went to the gym, did a leg workout. I'm already sore. Like, it's like 9:30 a.m. 4, like, came home, had a 60 grams of protein breakfast. Like, I was like doing it, you know, I was all day. And then I finally have a time to rest, and I'm already exhausted. I was so tired, like I didn't want to do any work. I was so unmotivated because I already used all my motivation earlier in the day. And so I just didn't do any work. And so I was thinking about that when listening to this podcast. And I was like, okay, like, what should I have done today to, you know, get better results through like working, you know, like okay, you know, like, what did I need to do instead of what I did to have gotten more work done? So I just can't get myself motivated to edit right now. I actually think it's a big problem. I kind of hate everything I do right now. Kind of hate editing, and that's kind of supposed to be what I like doing, but I don't like it. Also, like, who am I? I'm just seeing myself in this viewfinder. I'm like, I don't even recognize myself. I think it might be the beard. Anyways, I was thinking through this. I was like, what can I do? And yeah, I may be unhappy with the work I'm doing. I may have burnt myself out. There is ways that I started to rationalize it in my head. And I was like, thinking about it, I was like, this is all I do recently. And I think it's okay. Like I said, I think there is a legitimate solution to my problem. It's probably set limits on my phone to get off my phone more, and I don't know, set a goal early in the day. I don't know. There was solutions, but I was thinking, I was like, this is all I do. So I get a problem. I have a problem in my life, and then I just solve it myself. And I was like, this is it? This is not what, I feel like this is not all we're supposed to be doing. I feel like it's kind of what I thought. It's like, God doesn't call us to do that all alone. God says he gives us strength to do things, but I'm just leaning on my own strength right now, leaning on my own willpower and devotion to, working and getting stuff done and getting all my checks off the friggin' thing. I'm just leaning on myself. I'm really not leaning on God. And that just made me sad. And I've been thinking about this more this week. I'm like, okay, I know all the things I've been doing for myself this year have been good for me, objectively. I know taking better care of my body, that is honoring God better. But I'm like, if I'm not doing it with him and for him, what is the point? I'm just doing it so I hate myself less. Why can't I just go into things with a base level of understanding that I'm doing this because it's an honor to have a body that God gave me to take care of, and stuff like that. And it's I don't know, just this is the casualness, because I don't really have a solution to this, but casualness of this video, because I don't really have a solution for anything. I kind of just I'm kind of just I don't know. I don't really want to make a solution. It feels wrong, but I feel like I'm just gonna probably have to figure something out to start feeling more spiritually connected, because I'm so out of that right now. That's not good. I read my Bible one time this week, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this every day. I didn't. Why can I so easily hit my protein goal but not hit my Bible reading goal? It's something that it makes it feel like work. I don't know. And I hate work right now. Anyways, I feel like I just have my priorities out of alignment. And I think in the podcast it said someone said if you have all these things going on, you're trying to give 100% to every single thing. Say you're in school and you say I want to get straight A's, but I also want to have a perfect social life. Not both of those things can't happen, because you're trying to get 100%. Those can't happen. But if you this is what the podcast is saying, is if you give yourself I'm trying to get good grades in all my classes, so it's down here, and attend a social thing or two a week, then it's okay, well, I'm giving enough to both and I'm satisfied with both, but I'm not gonna let it slip. slip through. And so I think that's kind of what I need to do, is like a lot of these things I've been giving myself 100% is the only option. Like, not necessarily because I said like I'm not going for perfection all the time, but like my goals, I'm like, I'm gonna reach my goal, I'm gonna hit those, and I always do. I always hit my goals. I maybe go over, my calorie budget for the day, but like my calorie budget is lower than it's supposed to be because I know I do that sometimes. Like realistically, like I'm not. So I need to just like start lowering some of these other goals for myself and like make some other goals that are more spiritually led, because I'm really feeling that lack right now. And opening my Bible feels like a chore. Doing any kind of work feels like a chore that's not working on myself. So I feel like it's an interesting thing. I've also thought recently like about like, is selfishness like a bad thing completely and entirely? Because like a lot of what I do might be considered selfish. Just because I'm like, I gotta go to bed at a certain time, so I'll be like, oh guys, like I can't hang out with you guys tonight. I feel like that's selfish on my part, kind of, but it's also like, it's good to have like be strict about boundaries and stuff, but I don't know, I don't want to get into that whole thing right now, but be selfless and be selfish enough to take care of yourself. So, but yeah, that's just kind of some thoughts for the week, some thoughts for the day. Again, I'm gonna try to make these more casual going forward, or that's the goal. I really just like don't want to have to be like, oh, I have a really good idea of what to think through in a video. Like I just kind of want to like be able to turn it on. I want some videos to literally just be like no title, like there's no title to it, and I just like am talking. I don't know, because I feel like I've set up my titles in a way that's like, oh, I'm like talking about this, but what if I want to post like a vlog and I'm just like showing what I'm doing or something? I don't know. Some weird yellow mushrooms right there. But yeah, that's the video. I'm about to be at my overlook, and I'm just gonna stand here for a second, take my few seconds of rest on this walk because my legs are killing me. I mean, beautiful. Seriously. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're having a bad day, just remember the sun is right there. Will set, then it'll rise, and it'll be a new day tomorrow. New opportunities. And you'll hear the birds like I'm hearing them now. So, I don't know. Bye.